this do? Yeah, okay, closes that. Might as well take the battery. I remember all too well a case where I needed a battery and couldn't, but didn't have enough batteries to go around. Chair designed to restrain and immobilize the subject seated in it. Yeah, this kinda sorta looks like that thing they were poking at the red matter with in the lab at the depot. And this is schematics of the surgical injection device detailing its main components. That's what I think it is. Our comrade Martin Polyakov has delivered as promised. Here are the reports of Irina Sorova's findings at Toska Station. Now do your work and advance your research at all costs. Remember, the future of Volcravia depends on you. No signature. What are you insinuating, Ivan? Do you really believe Lysenko or anyone from the Cosmo Bureau would purposely infect one of their own? You're probably long overdue for a loyalty test. Well, Nikolai certainly did it. Possibly. I don't know, it's implied that way at first. You're not going to believe this. They've brought in a new subject. It's Irina Sorova. They say she got infected with the red matter at Stroka N3, but I spotted an injection mark on her neck. I know Dr. Lysenko and Irina didn't get along. I have a bad feeling about this, signed Ivan. Well, problem is I'm pretty sure Nikolai injected her. And it was with red matter. Speaking of, I'm guessing that's a tank of it. It's connected directly to this thing, so... And what are these things? Well, one of them's open. That means that there's something, or possibly somebody, running around loose somewhere. This is a cryogenic containment pod. Seems to be the most effective resort in calming violent volunteer subjects. And one of those must have broken loose, escaped containment. Something nasty happened. And now the base is contaminated, and while I'm at it, so am I. Oh, it's a jail. It's even got jail-style toilets. What are we at now? 4? So what exactly do I mean, I know I have to take this wheel over here and put it on a wheel mount. Oh, and there's another screen I gotta fix too. Well, let's see, what's this do? Oh, it opens the doors. At least there's no need to anchor it. Hang on, let me use both hands here. Is there something I gotta find in these cells? Either of them? Both, maybe? And while I'm at it, this appears to be a... Actually, no, it's not a dead end. If I were to reassemble that panel over there, I'd be able to open that shutter and go to... well, there's really no way to see where I'd go to. Why did I have to open these? Hello? Somebody's taken out the toilets. Yeah, that explains a few things. And there's something in here, some kind of component in here. Alright. So before I patch up this I think you call it a scanner. That thing over there. Let me see. What do we got here? Chlorine, magnesium, Ivan's eyes preserved in an unknown red liquid, possibly red matter itself. And there's his heart, preserved in an unknown red liquid. Kind of small for one, don't you think? It's supposed to be besides the two fists, I think. Magnesium, that's more of it. Sulfur. Ivan's brain tissue preserved in the same unknown red liquid, presumably. More sulfur. And more chlorine. What can you make out of all that? I must admit that Irina's discoveries have been the key to our progress. However, many of our subjects are still dying. Irina's research was preliminary and focused on regeneration of plant specimens, not human beings. We are out of our depth here. But I'm beginning to see why they wanted this stuff. It's better than stem cells. The more advanced subjects show increased pain tolerance and partial tissue regeneration capability. In some cases, increases in strength are perceived. However, something strange is happening with the tissue. Its state is not entirely stable. So they were looking to breed, I want to say, super soldiers. But they didn't know what they were fiddling with. The cryocapsules have proven effective in containing the most violent subjects. We have dispatched some capsules to Stroka N2. Dr. Lysenko doesn't want us sharing too much information with them. We must take extreme precautions and compartmentalize the information as much as possible. But I don't think we're going to go to N2. What's this thing? Anesthetic machine, yeah. We saw one of those back at Tosca. And these, multi-purpose hammers. Saws, yeah, rudimentary surgical saw. Funny they should have this on a place this advanced. Orbitoclast, used to perform lobotomies. Again, why have it somewhere so advanced as this? And surgical high-precision scalpel. Yeah, the X-Acto knife model. So, in addition to this diagram, schematics detailing the biometric identification scanner assembly, we have found all except one of the parts of the access terminal that Ivan sabotaged. It'll take days to find a replacement part. Where in the world did he hide it? Well, somebody found it. I'm guessing that was Stas. Wait. We have found all except one of the parts of the access terminal that... Oh, wait. Yeah, this is the other one. I'm afraid that Ivan has completely lost his mind. He's accused me, Andrei Lysenko, of orchestrating Irina's infection. Only a blind man would fail to see the obvious. Irina became infected at Stroka N3 due to her negligence. It is enough to read Nikolai Maturin's report. The truth is that Ivan attempted to sabotage our research, and I only have one thing to conclude. He is a traitor, and you know all too well what Rogravia does with traitors. Yeah. Certainly do. Okay, so we have this battery that I've been hanging on to. And then, if I'm reading this correctly, which is unlikely, hold it. There's a thing that's circled. It's this thing, but where exactly would it go? I mean, this is a different kind of scanner. The part is circled. Oh, wait a second. I think I may be able to guess based on the... Yeah, here it is, the housing. It goes in there. So, let me see. How did this work last time? Last time I put the housing on. Then I put the screen in. I just plug it in there. And then I put in this gizmo. Okay, what's that say? To unlock the door, please place your eye within the retinal sensor range and do not move. Well, there aren't any 3D printers here to print an eye from a blood sample. But doesn't make a difference. I've got one anyway. Let me just move this out of the way here. Yeah, here we go. All I gotta do is hold this thing still for a bit. I just hope this eye works. It's the only one I've got. There's nothing out there. Alright, I'll put this eye back. I can't hang on to it forever. Wait a second. Okay, let me see. What's this flare show? Not a whole lot, but there is something over here. Just have to jump through it. Come on. I missed. Okay. Well, hello indeed. What on earth am I looking at? Or should I say, what on Triton am I looking at? Let me get off this. So there's nothing to either of these sides. Just this thing. What is it? Is this a portal to that place I was at earlier at Ground Zero? Because I noticed the big orange or yellowish orange sphere or whatever it was. It used to be at Ground Zero, but it isn't there anymore. It wasn't there when I showed up. So where'd it go? What happened to it? Is it this somehow? Alright, so Irenasaurova, a biologist, infected by the red matter at Stroka N3, submitted as a volunteer for further experimentation. And this is the same warning as before, I'll bet. Yeah, biological activity exceeding normal parameters. There's a picture over there. Of course, there's no vital signs detector. There's nobody in the actual thing over there. They must have laid her down there. In order to... Well, in order to what? Open that thing? What is that thing? Where am I? I'm trying to think of where's Stas. There was something... There was some being that may or may not have been him. Of course, it could have been Dr. Lysenko, too. It could also have been the man on the moon. All the moons. Speaking of... Wait a second.
What are you trying to show me?
I think it might be fair to say that Ground Zero 1, we've already been to Ground Zero 1, the original. But this, if I had to guess, is another Ground Zero. Another version of that orange sphere, a portal to a different dimension. And I've often wondered, the bodies returned to red matter, the bodies of the crew here, but what about their minds? And there's my own role in all this. Is this even solid, by the way? It looks like I'm being invited to step through, but step through what and into where? Does it make a difference? I can't help thinking of those bombs. Maybe I have to turn them off somehow? I also can't help thinking about Beta, what's-his-face, the guy behind her shoulder. There's a lot I can't help. Oh, this is certainly tricky, isn't it? A tunnel that is built as I am walking along it. Unless, and here's the interesting bit, this is yet another hallucination that may or may not be real. What the... Alright, so the tunnel itself ends here, but there's still a path of some kind that I'm going to have to jump through oblivion to get to. Just align myself. This thing wants to get washed away with all this. So where am I right now? The red zone? The dead zone? The twilight zone? Discovery zone? I bet nobody got that. Come on, stick the landing, stick the landing. Ah, there we go. Then there's another hole. Yeah. Don't know why they decided to pause construction here, but... Does this thing even have another end? I can't even see where I'm supposed to jump. Oh, wait, here we go. Well, to quote at least one judge, you better be going somewhere with this. Sorry, I can't talk and concentrate on sticking landings at the same time. I just realized I still have hands. Perhaps I am but a corpuscle in some outer space bloodstream. Or not. Well, as these jumping things go, this wasn't quite as bad as some others that I've been to. This looks like another server room. You know, I miss being able to talk to somebody on the other end of this. I could say, yeah, or Stas! I ran us over Terraform Lab. I know a badge had been swiped. This is Stas Volkov. No vital signs detected. Yeah, he's dead. But he had something here. Sasha, my old friend, look at what they've done to our dear Irina. I've tried to put an end to all of this. To this nightmare-riddled base, but I'm too weak. I'm not going to make it. I'm infected. I am hopeful, however. I've seen you in my visions. Somehow I know you will read this letter. I know you'll finish what I started. Don't worry about me. I've carried what was left of our Irina here, and now as I lay it at her side, waiting to be finally reunited. See you on the other side, my friend.
But Stas, how? How do I stop this madness?
I'm at this. How is it that I can take this badge? Wait a minute. Here we go again. Am I the guy in there?
Stas. Is that you?
Could it be anyone? Hold on a second. This is starting to look familiar. The last time something like this happened, this gun suddenly showed up. I'm guessing there's something similar. I don't know what this is, but it didn't exist 2 seconds ago. Wait a minute. So, I have to plug this in somewhere. Looks like it can go in right here. This is the other end of Nikolai's screen, isn't it? This is where he was getting his orders from. This is a portable modular display, can be connected to other devices. And that's... well, I remember it from Tosca. Alright, let's plug myself in here, see what this does. Virus ready, standing by to override self-destruct system.
So this is it, huh, old friend? Don't worry. I'll take care of it. I'll end this.
Yeah, this is a good way, isn't it? No more bombs. No more war. No more red matter.
Sasha? Sasha, are you there? Sasha,
No.
I don't have much time. I understand that you don't want to talk to me, so please, just listen to me. Stas, Arena, you have made me realize that this is not the Valgravia I want. Not everything goes. I want you to know I've done the right thing.
Beta.
It's Lena, by the way. My real name.
There she is. Don't let her escape. She's destroyed the data.
Goodbye, Sasha.
You have fulfilled your mission, comrade. Stas was a traitor. Do not make the same mistakes he did. Terminate the self-destruct sequence immediately.
Why should I bother? Override successful, reaching first manual confirmation switch. I don't see it anywhere. Alright, where is this manual override switch? It figures, the one time it... oh wait, this must be it right here.
Sasha, don't be so reckless. Think about what you are doing. Belgravia needs that data.
Oh. Well, yeah. But the one thing they don't need is a weapon of mass destruction. Worse than nuclear, I'd imagine.
Just imagine the potential. The tactical edge. If you cooperate, you will be seen as a hero to all.
Perhaps. Now I am become death. The destroyer of death.
Damn it!
Dear Robert Oppenheimer,
Are you out of your mind?
Gita.
Are you willing to die for this? I beg you to stop.
Speaking of, Edward Teller, the super bomb. He didn't want to be talked. He didn't want to talk about it, did he? Imagine if that bomb had never existed in the first place. Kagedorega Sum, apparently. So this, where is it? Did I jump to the other side again? Well, at least Strucka N1 is now a smoldering crater. Perhaps Triton itself is broken into a couple of different moons. And do I even exist? And if so, as what? Am I the guy on the other end of this thing? Oh, this is familiar territory to me, to be honest. I know this place. Assuming it even is a place. Yeah. There I am. There's the rover, too. Somehow I suspected this all along. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Red Matter 2.